As he thinks it is. He wants to put a pacemaker in me.
Everybody's got a nickname for it.
I don't think I've ever been so scared in all my life.
You know what I do when I'm scared?
She finished grade school.
Dorothy, do you know anything about this boy's family background?
All I know is that he's a doctor.
A doctor? Well, then the heck with his background. Do you have any idea how much a doctor makes these days?
No, I really don't care what he does for a living. I mean, the important thing is that he and Kate have a good relationship.
The museum did have its Christmas party here.
What's that noise?
Oh, they have a mechanical bull in the back room. I read about it in the Sunday supplement.
What on earth do you do with a mechanical bull?
Introduce him to a mechanical cow.
Sir, I am shocked at your insensitivity. May I point out to you that this is no ordinary picture? This picture was carried thousands of miles across the ocean by her great-great-grandmother, a woman who came to this country in search of a better life, as have done millions of immigrants throughout history. Why, this picture...
Get back in the social scene. And it isn't easy. There are just so many jerks out there.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm so normal, I'm dull.
Oh, you're not dull. I mean, compared to not dating at all.
Rose, maybe I shouldn't say this because someday I hope...
But his days are numbered. When the revolution comes, he's the second to be shot.
Who's the first?
Morales, my next-door neighbor who knocked up my sister.
Well, this is dandy. Just dandy. I knew I should never have let you two...
Unless she really cares, take it from me. And I happen to like you.
My life stinks.
I know. Things are tough at home, and that really does stink. But you have a choice. You can tough it out, or you can let it beat you. But right now you're here, and this doesn't...
Maybe it's not the flu. Flu doesn't last that long.
You ought to go back to Dr. Raymond.
I did, Blanche. He said I'm fine.
Get a second opinion.
She did. She went to Dr. Schlesinger.
Well, then, you are fine. Now, you want to hear my idea?
She is not fine, Blanche. Look at her.
I didn't say she looks fine.
Hey,
It was an accident, Pussycat. Don't worry about it.
that's it? That's all you have to say?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Ma, please yell at me. Please scream at me. Please make me feel guilty. I mean, if you don't say anything, I'll feel twice as bad.
I know. I'm not an amateur at this.
Good, but you give me your honest advice. Can I still pull it off?
Right now, I'd be surprised if you could cut it off.
Are you implying that I might have gained weight?
There's only one way to find out. Here's the scale.
Oh, fine.
Isn't it?
Do you think I would lie to get into the convent?
It does look a little like John Forsythe, doesn't it?
Look, sister, I'm sorry you made this trip for nothing, but this has gone far enough. Ma, I cannot believe that you actually want to go through with this.
Who cares what you believe? Look, I had a beautiful experience.
Dorothy, wait up. Will you wait a minute? You just walk so fast.
I am in a hurry.
He's not sexy. Well, it's not. A woman should take little delicate steps, as if to say, yes, I may be slower than along just great. It was my escort who turned out to be the dud. Next time, I'm going to date both brothers before I give one away. Hi.
Hi, I hear you had a great time tonight.
It was the best. I haven't laughed so much or acted so silly since I was a teenager. You know what we did?
More than you do. But what can I do? Ma's ankles haven't healed yet. And besides, Nurse Defarge means well.
Dorothy, at 2 a.m. this morning, I was entertaining a gentleman caller. When she opened the door at the most inopportune time.
Blanche, why is this a story about acceptance?
Oh, because years later, to get back at me, Kathy Lee slept with my daddy. That was something I had to accept.
than that.
What if that's Jason? Listen, I'm warning you. If anybody blows the whistle on me, the old lady's out on the street. Rose, go on the...
On your own sister.
I'm not turning my back on you. I love you. I'm just trying to do what I think is best for you.
What you think is best? What do you know about being blind?
Oh, Lily, this is very painful for me. Please don't make it any harder than it already is.
I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I promise.
Most upsetting thing you have ever done. I am shocked. I am disappointed. I am speechless.
We're getting married.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This isn't meant to impress you. This is just to get you tipsy.
Richard, you rascal.
You know, I've made a lot of money, and I've seen a lot of the world. But there's still one thing in my life that's missing.
What?
Someone to share it with.
I was hoping...
It's been so long since I changed a diaper, I figured I'd practice before the baby gets here.
Ah, hello, Martha. Where were you?
I'll give you a hint. The guest of honor had lipstick on her teeth and didn't give a damn. Who died? My best friend, Lydia.
I'm so...
She's smart?
Well, yeah.
Hot damn!
Hi, Blanche. I was sitting home feeling sorry for myself, so I thought I'd do some risk-taking and invite myself over. Here
Rose, don't make fun of old people.
I'm wearing weights to strengthen my ankles.
They come in headbands? Everybody, look who's here!
Come, sweetheart, sit down. Sit down.
Hi, pussycat.
Say goodbye, old woman.
Have a good time?
Do I sound like I had a good time?
How the hell should I know? You're always like this.
Your matchmaker set me up with a criminal.
White collar.
Ma, will you stop?
Dorothy, my main concern is making sure those miserable people find other sources of help. Then I'll get a job. I'm dependable, friendly, loyal, eager.
That's great. If she learns to catch a frisbee in her teeth, she can get work as a golden retriever.
Confided in each other. If I betrayed that trust, she'd never forgive me. I'd never forgive myself.
Well, then I think you should talk to her as soon as she gets back.
Well, I think you're right. I do need to try and straighten this out. I don't know what to say to her.
I used to know a girl like that in Sicily. She slept with every Tom, Dick, and Vito in our village.
Believe it.
I was pretty surprised myself.
Well, I'll bet. To think Jean would prefer Rose over me? That's ridiculous.
Blanche, please.
Now, you tell me the truth. If you had to pick between me and Rose, who would you pick? Who?
Blanche, pull yourself together.
Get these.
I'll give you one guess.
You slept with the teacher?
Of course I didn't sleep with the teacher. You have to be very careful these days. I promised I would if he'd give me the answers. I call it safe. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Al. You hear anything on the wiretap yet?
Save your breath. He can't hear a word with those things on his ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been entertaining myself all afternoon. Watch. Hey, you dumb bachicaloop. Your face looks like the rear end of a donkey.
Then they just don't get the message.
Oh, Blanche is so right, Dorothy. That was exactly the problem I had with Eddie Parker. He was this real sweet guy who was crazy about me, but I just didn't feel the same way about him. You see, when Charlie went off to war, I went to work for our local U.S.
What's the matter with you two? You just met. You don't even know each other.
This is how the Eskimos do it, Dorothy.
Listen, whatever it is you might think you're feeling, it's just your hormones playing tricks on you.
Ears now.
sing, I'll buy you a puppy. Slap on a happy grin and spread sunshine all over. Oh, let me have that boa. Just hold on a happy. Hold on a happy. Oh, Daddy's still in the door.
What I think Rose is trying to say is that things aren't working out, and we're going to have to let you go.
You're firing me?
Oh, no. Yes.
Try to adapt to it. Rest when you need to, eat well, eliminate stress if you can. Right now, there is no cure and no one thing that relieves symptoms in everyone. Right now, I'm afraid you'll just have to live with it.
Oh, why didn't they tell me, all those doctors I saw?
I'm sure some of them weren't familiar with it. And the ones who have heard about it sometimes have...
You haven't aged a bit. I said you haven't aged a bit.
I hear you. I'm not deaf. Haven't staged a hit?
Oh, John, I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
Dorothy.
You remember my...
I don't see Miles here anywhere. Maybe he didn't come tonight.
He almost didn't. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello, Miles.
You left my party as soon as you arrived. You invite me to dinner, you disappear into the house, you send Blanche to the concert. I was beginning to take it personally. Shall we?
Go on.
How did you do that, Sophia?
The place was packed with old geezers right for the picking. I charged them 10 cents a dance.
Ma, you didn't.
Please, I worked hard for that money. Half the time they'd fall asleep in the middle of a song. How would you like to hold Mr. Morelli up for 2 choruses of part of the Middle East he's from?
I just won the raffle over at the movie theater. Tickets to the world premiere of Mr. Burt Reynolds' new movie tomorrow night.
That's nice.
And passes for me and my 2 best friends to the private party afterwards, to be hosted by none other.
And start looking for a job.
Be sure you dress youthfully.
How come?
You're old.
Let's face it, honey. Companies are not falling all over themselves to hire women your age.
Sausage and peppers, pasta pesto, and ziti with oil and garlic.
Ooh. And what's this?
Garbage, roast cooked it.
This kitchen smells terrific. My chipped beef must be done. Oh, Sophia, would you like a little scoop on some lightly toasted white bread?
Who do I look like, Beetle Bailey?
That's him. He's early. I haven't finished my face.
Well, the only thing left is to dip it in bronze. We'll get it. I wonder what he looks like.
I just hope he doesn't have hair in his ears.
Is Adolf Hitler.
Where's my history book? Is this the man we're talking
Yes,
about?
that is Adolf Hitler.
You can call him whatever you want, but that's Fritz Stickelmeyer. I'm sure of that.
Confident. Men are attracted to a confident woman. Oh, God, I can never keep a straight face.
Sophia, this is serious. Tonight is supposed to be one of the most romantic nights of my life.
You think you've got problems? I have to kiss a fool to save Dorothy.
Gosh, I wish I could afford something pretty like this for my potential car buyers, but I'm having those end-of-the-month money problems.
Well, I was going to give it to Joni Winston, but if you're really that hungry, I'd still have time to make another one for the wedding. Of course, I have to address those 3,000 envelopes in the morning after I pick up the decorations for the hootenanny at the church. But that'll still give me plenty of time to wash cars in the afternoon and give blood before 7.
Anyway, that's when I decided it's about time I fulfilled my lifelong dream to join those daring men who soar above the earth.
You want to be an astronaut?
Oh, no, I don't like to go to the bathroom in my suit. I want to be a traffic reporter. I want the name Isaac Newton to be remembered.
told me. In the closet.
Angela has something she'd like to say.
So does Sophia. Water back in.
Maybe they were clawed to death by bloodthirsty animals. Unfortunately, water isn't all that can be around that rock formation.
You're kidding.
A pioneer scout always tells the truth. So I'm going to be even more honest. Our big worry is nobody knows we're missing. One year during the Depression, when I just got a block of coal, which I carved into a pair of high-top kids.
You can do anything you want to her, just don't hurt us.
Here, Marguerite, let me put this on for you. Oh, my! You look stunning. Doesn't she just look?
Swore for door on Saturday. He walks towards me, reaches out his hand and says, Sophia, you can come now. There's room for you now.
That's it?
You want them to show up with Barbara Eden and the College All-American football team? It's a dream, not a Bob Hope special. I'm dying, Dorothy. Saturday, 9 o'clock. Don't make any plans.
Mama, you're acting silly. Sperm can't live outside the human body.
Does your mother know you're doing this for a living?
You know, I'm not so sure sperm can't live outside the body. Back during World War...
Marquis at Caesar's Palace. Rain, Rose.
Where is that idiot Stan? Angela will be here from the airport any minute.
I don't know where he is. You know, Stan's always late. He was even late for our first date.
And then you were late.
It's better with men.
Oh, come on, that's false security.
No, it's not. I was safer with Charles. I was never once robbed or murdered when I was with Charles.
Look, you could just as easily have been murdered living with Charles.
I'm surprised she wasn't.
I am serious. What do you think I should do?
Come on now, Blanche, you know the difference between right and wrong.
Please, and bet she only knows the difference between right and left.
Honey, why are you still wearing your costume?
I didn't have time to change. I couldn't wait to get out of...
This is wonderful.
No, it is not wonderful, Dorothy. I was lying in bed eating, and if I don't get up and walk around, I'm going to become as big as a hippo. And life, if I can still call it that, has to go on in one form or the other, so here I am. I'll just spend my remaining years in the company of women. Only reason I'm sticking around is to read Danielle Steele's next book.
Thank you. Well, what did you think?
Oh, it was delicious. I love French food.
Let's go, Rose. Everyone's waiting for you.
I don't think I can go through with this.
What's the matter, honey? You and Jonathan have a fight?
No, it's just that I think marrying Jonathan might be a mistake. He is a lot shorter than I am.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Me neither. How could you miss it? Everyone notices. Won't try anything. Then we have 4 hours of the most boring sex you've ever had in your life.
4 hours?
I guess it could take less if I stopped playing hard to get.
Well, it is my production, and as they say, the show must go on.
Oh, pussycat. It'll be like the old days. Come on. Just one more time.
Get a little drunk, and you land in jail.
Marry your daughter. And, well, I guess in asking her hand, I'm also asking your hand. So what do you say? Will you be my mother-in-law?
Marrying us both, eh? So, I suppose one could say 6 years ago you left us both. Of course, that was after you... Can I just put you a nice glass of orange juice?
Ah, thank you. It was very nice of you. Is this a dribble glass?
Yeah, it works better when all that pulp doesn't clog up the dribble hole.
Well, why did you do this?
Maury Hesseltine. He won't quit with the practical jokes. Unless the lesbian sheds, that I don't know.
Jean.
Dorothy!
Oh, honey, it is so good to see you.
Sophia! Oh, you haven't aged a bit. You look great.
Stick and fake, everybody pretending to be something they're not. Why can't people just be themselves? Cindy Lou Peoples? Tommy Lunt?
Excuse me. For us and the livestock.
You and the animals had the same doctor?
Sure. It worked out fine. Until the doctor started drinking hog liniment and tried to neuter the Swenson brothers.
If that's the doctor, tell him I have no insurance allowed to pee on me.
Aunt Angela, I'd like you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my Aunt Angela.
Pleasure to meet you, Angela. Dorothy, shall I get Angela's luggage?
Oh, she doesn't have any luggage.
No, I never travel with luggage. Ever since the time I found a dead man in my suitcase.
You found a
Needed you to put up the money for the entrance fee for the fight.
entrance fee?
Oh, yeah, right. Didn't I mention that? No problem. It comes out of Rose's share.
And what about the Spanish? Why did you pretend to only know Spanish?
Part of the image. Cuban boxers are supposed to know their right from their left, not much else.
And you think that we are that narrow-minded and... Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Well, I guess we have no choice. I'll call my relatives in Minnesota and make arrangements to send baby back to the farm.
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, I'm just as disappointed as you are. No, it's been great having a pig living in the house. But we can't jeopardize baby's health. The doctor
Said presentation is very important. Oh, whenever I saw you coming down the hall with that ceramic bowl and a paintbrush, I'd run and hide under my bed and cry. Then you'd rub some on my doll.
Deduction individually and documented with a receipt, okay?
Okay. Man, what the hell is this?
Oh, it's business loss. I made a bad investment.
What investment? You never told me you were investing our money.
Well, I actually wasn't planning to, but I knew this was a moneymaker the minute I laid eyes on it.
Cup of tea, Ma.
Good idea, pussycat.
Ma, you never thought I wasn't your daughter, did you?
Of course not.
Because if you want to check the results
Oh,
of...
don't talk crazy. Go in and make the tea. I'll be right in.
What have you got there?
Nothing.
I met Mr. Terrific.
Rose, don't be so quick to judge. I once thought I had met Mr. Terrific. Turned out there was also a Mrs. Terrific. I found myself ducking a Mr. Vaz.
You don't understand. I really met Mr. Terrific at the mall. He was signing autographs.
You mean and lose all our money?
Yes.
That's the most touching thing I've ever heard. I don't know what to say.
I do. Fat chance, Grandpa.
Rose, what does the letter say?
You read it, Dorothy. I need both hands to cover my ears in case it's bad news.
Dear St. Olafian, I'm afraid there's bad news.
What?
There's a drought in St. Olaf which threatens the crops.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, ladies, but without a description, there's absolutely nothing we can do. But if you remember anything, give me a call.
How about if I just want to say hello?
Dorothy, I'm in the ladies' room. I look in my brassiere. What do you think I find?
Yeah, but at least Dorothy's pregnancy was an accident. My daughter did it on purpose. Anne went to a sperm bank. A sperm bank. Just the very idea of a bank having sperm.
At least the government didn't have to bail them out.
We acted over the last 5 years. Or a pair of shoes. Dorothy, what am I going to do? I'm meeting with my accountant tomorrow. He said to bring everything.
You better include a cake with a file in it.
Where are your receipts, Blanche?
I always thought you only needed a receipt if the dress you bought didn't fit.
Lead his people through whatever battles need to be fought. Dorothy, that young peasant girl was me. And that young man was Winston Churchill.
Have to do to get rid of him?
The next step is to ascertain the condition of your exterior. For this, I need to perform a cursory inspection of your subterranean substructure.
You mean crawl under the house?
Anybody can make it sound stupid.
Poor man, how does he face himself every day, knowing his life is devoted to killing?
And you still didn't get the part.
All right, Dorothy, I'm ready. Now tell me your bad news.
My mother is leaving. She's going to move in with my sister Gloria.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, Sophia can't.
I want you to know how grateful we are that you are seeing us at this time.
Did I sit down? Have I sat down yet?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, am I this short? My God, you two are like a couple of redwoods.
It's like it's on fire.
Boy, you really caught a nasty bug.
Please, I'm 84 years old. I feel like this every day.
Never fear, Dr. Rose is here. I made you both an old-fashioned St. Olaf tonic, guaranteed to get you back on your feet and put hair on your chest. That's the one nasty side.
Or you are.
She is.
Oh, God.
Emilio Estevez is kind of Spanish, Dorothy.
Thank you, Rose.
Mom, you're not upset about this, are you?
No, I'm not upset. It's just that, come on.
No, I mean, you can't rent to more than 2 people unless you have a boarding license.
Oh, well. What the hey? Put it on my bill. What is it, another 40?
Well, the permit's $80.
Well, that's not so bad.
But the improvements you'll have to make will run you about $10,000.
Escape from it's a small world.
Come, my darling daughter. Mother has made you your favorite breakfast.
Lasagna in meat sauce?
Doesn't it look delicious? And think, for just $5.95, the recipe can be yours.
Hold it! Stop!
All right, Rose, out with it. What did Holly do that's so terrible?
Why do you care? You won't believe me anyway.
Hey, Sicilians can always recognize 2 things. When someone is telling the truth and when they've had their fingerprints changed. I know, whatever you're gonna...
Are dealers in stolen gems.
Those sweet people?
I'm afraid so. And we have reason to believe that they may be making a major move sometime in the next 72 hours. So we'd like to set up shop here for a few days.
Well, of course. You can both stay in my room.
Now, wait just a minute.
All right. Bringing the boys over, Dreyfus. Love it when Dreyfus brings the puppies over to play. I really think...
Class president in the 3rd grade.
Why, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, his campaign slogan was vote for me and I'll show you my wee-wee. He won by a landslide.
Please. Blanche, maybe I should explain something to you. I dated my high school sweetheart for years. We married right out of school, and we were both virgins on our wedding night.
I'm sorry. I thought you were making it funny.
Boy, I've got to stop seeing these things at dinner theaters.
How's it going out there?
The stripper used to be a cop, and the cop always wanted to be a dancer. Now they're wearing each other's hats, and it's really getting weird. Ma still won't join us.
She's still upset.
How much do you need?
$500.
I'll give you 1,000. You know, Dorothy, I'm glad Stanley married you. You love him, but you're tough on him, and he needs that.
Then why are you so mean to me?
Because if Stanley knew I'd...
Pussycat.
Ma, where did you get that money?
Stan gave it to me.
Ma, he's trying to buy your love.
I'm selling it.
Now look, we cannot go on living like this with Blanche and...
What?
I waited up for you until 2 in the morning, and you still weren't home.
Oh, yeah, Gertie and I and some of the girls went to Wolfie's to pick up guys.
I called Wolfie's at 11. You weren't there.
Guess who got lucky?
Oh.
Believe me, he'd rather get it from me. He's been getting it from me all week.
What?
Patrick swore me to secrecy, but I've just got to tell someone. We're madly in love. We've been seeing each other ever since he got into town. Have a good show.
Rose.
Was it the glass menagerie?
That's correct for 100 points.
What innovative industrialist invented the assembly line? Willard.
Well, I'm sorry, I did it again.
Sophia.
Henry Ford.
Sophia, we're just a little bit nervous. This is a very important event. We want to look perfect.
Please, the man works with scissors, not a sandblaster.
Ma, this is all a mistake. We don't belong here. This is one of those Miami Beach shops for little old ladies. Come on, let's get out of here.
All right, ladies.
Oh, she's very lucky to have all of you.
Honey, she is very lucky to have you, too.
No, she's not.
Kirsten, stop. Your mother loves you very much. Just last week she was saying how much she missed you. Sometimes mothers and daughters drift apart. Dorothy and I did.
Oh, they pay for everything.
But what a prize! Hey, let's go for it, Rose.
Wait a minute. We're not just getting married because of the contest, are we?
Oh, no. Oh, sweetheart, no. I'm marrying you because I love you. I mean, the prize.
Blue skies of Hawaii smile on this our wedding day.
Well, thank you, Mrs.
Long talk last night, and I think I know how I want to handle things.
Thank God. For once, you'll keep your mouth shut.
No. If I want things to be okay, I want to get everything off my chest.
Fine. You'll feel better, but mark my words, you'll lose your daughter.
Morning, everyone.
How'd you get in?
I used the key under the mat. Do I smell waffles?
No. Oh, come on now. I heard you laughing. What's so funny?
For starters, Gina's a lesbian.
What's funny about that?
You aren't surprised?
Of course not. I mean, I've never known any personally, but isn't Danny Thomas one? Dorothy, don't tell me you have been at those books all night. Well, that's just downright unhealthy.
Please, I am exhausted, but I have to keep going. If I get through the trial run, I'm on the show. Besides, in college, we used to pull all-nighters all the time.
You're not serious, Blanche.
Oh, sure I am. Breasts are back in fashion. And what God didn't give me, Dr. Myron Rosenzweig will. Oh, that man is the Picasso of plastic surgeons.
Well, just be sure he doesn't attach one of them to your forehead.
Well, the wildest part of the evening was when the Latin busboy dropped his crumb brush in my lap.
Oh, not the man of your dreams, huh?
On a scale of 1 to 10 or 7.
Well, that's not bad.
Actually, he was more like a 5, but he just looked so good with me on his arm, I gave him another 2 points. Ooh, that cake looks delicious. Let's cut her up.
Why did you ask me that?
No reason, just wanted to get your honest opinion. Here are the answers to that questionnaire.
Aha.
If Dorothy finds out I hired a matchmaker for her, she'll kill me.
Oh, I understand.
By the way, I'd like to change the answer on number 10. I think a prison record does.
Ingrid Thurman stopped.
What was she writing?
She wasn't. She was giving birth to Hans and Franz, the twins. And she stopped right in the middle, right after Hans.
Well, what happened to Franz?
He stayed in.
Started with a B.
That first time, did you have...
Are you serious? Why, many times that first I met.
It's time for me to move on. My job here is done.
I always love it when you talk like the Lone Ranger. Ma, I want you to know that I support your decision. I think you'll make a great nun.
Thanks. I needed to hear that.
I love you, Ma.
I love you too, Tonto.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Al. You hear anything on the wiretap yet?
Save your breath. He can't hear a word with those things on his ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been entertaining myself all afternoon. Watch. Hey, you dumb bachicaloop. Your face looks like the rear end of a donkey.
I don't know this place.
Lillian, it's okay.
And I don't know you.
Lillian, I'm Dorothy, and this is Sophia. We're your friends. We brought you here from the home last night.
Harry, he used to walk to school with me every day on a little leash I made out of kite string. Well, one day we were about to cross the bridge down near the schoolhouse, and Larry stopped dead in his tracks. No matter how I yanked on that leash, he just wouldn't move. Suddenly I heard this loud noise. Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea.
It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think, to
the park. Game over. I'm going to Disneyland.
How come she gets to go to Disneyland?
Rose, Dorothy needs a hearing aid, but she won't get one because she's afraid she'll feel old.
I don't get it.
St. Patrick, my backup pair can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, well, just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Stepladder into this gigantic punch bowl.
So, what happened?
Nothing. He just swim to the side and hop out.
I mean, what happened between overreacting? Now, for the past 2 days, all you've done is take everything we own and put it up on high shelves.
Well, I'm off. Wish me luck.
Oh, good luck, Sophia.
Ma, are you sure about this?
I'm not even sure I have these pants on right.
Any questions?
Plenty. Can just anybody walk in off the street and make my daughter pregnant?
We screen the applicants very carefully. We know everything about them. We know their body type, their IQ, their eye color. Any more questions?
Yes, just one. What in hell are we doing here?
Here's the lady.
You know what I mean.
I think Rose needs to work on her metaphors.
Listen, honey, I know you're down in the dumps, but I'm so glad you came. I really want us to make a difference today. Invited me yesterday after the movies.
He invited me yesterday after dinner.
This was bound to happen. The two of you have been running that man ragged for weeks. It's no wonder he got confused. Hello?
Confused? How could he possibly confuse this young, nubile body with that raisin in?
Me too. Because
I said coffee. So, how does it feel?
Shame. I feel shame.
I can't believe the two of you.
Like that. More power to you.
Hello there, Barbara.
Hi, Dorothy, Rose. I certainly hope tonight will help us forget what happened the other night.
I already forgot what happened the other night. But then again, I'm 82 years old. This morning I forgot my cat's been dead for 20 years.
To me. You picked him up at a gas station.
You must have been impressed with your spare tire.
I cannot believe you are doing this to me.
And I can't believe that you are so selfish.
Here, pussycat, drink this. It'll make you feel better.
Oh, Ma, another hot toddy. I think I've had enough.
Has truly been a father to everybody in our town.
Your mother must have been a very forgiving woman.
Oh, I got a million things to do before Big Daddy gets here. I have to go pick up his favorite food and his...
Oh, I can't say no to Lily. I have to go. Oh, well, I mean, I said no to her when she asked me to come live with her, but I can't say no when she asked me to come visit. And I know she's going to ask me to come live with her again, and I'm just going to say no. I think I'm such a wreck.
You know, you could just cancel your reservation and think it over one more day.
No, I think...
Was the gist of what you were saying before that you intended to cheat me?
Cheat you? Rose, you just analyze everything to death.
Ma, where are my shoes?
Another date with Mrs. O'Brien's husband?
Now look, don't you start with me.
Well, if it ain't the kinfolk.
Ma, where did you get that outfit?
I bought it.
Sven, I have some bad news.
Is it bad news?
Yes, it's bad.
Were you two the cousins who played the banjo in Deliverance?
Rose, what's wrong?
Oh, that was the counseling center. I have to work today. Now who's going to show Sven the sights?
Me,
But you
honey.
think it's going to be that easy getting rid of me, Rose? That was rhetorical, Rose. Oh, but what a comforting thought, knowing you'll never be alone.
And listen, what the hell if we do have to go to a nursing home? Let's all go together.
And love and inspiration, and you make it sound dirty. Thank you.
Girls, I have a question. A vital question. I want you to think long. Sophia, you did nothing of the kind.
There's a lot of money in here.
That does look a little bit like Sophia's wallet.
It's a man's wallet. Now, did either of you see who did drop it?
Afraid not, no.
There's over $2,000 in here. Whoever lost this must be frantic. I think we should turn it into the lost and found.
Wait a minute.
I don't approve of you and Gloria, but if you honestly love her...
You know, I don't think I love her. I'm realizing that maybe I was with her just to make you jealous. It was the same thing with the monkey.
You know something, Stan? I was a little jealous.
Well, Dorothy, it was just an old traffic cone with a monkey head.
We have a lot of work you have to do at home.
I don't want to lie.
When you get home, we'll make you clean out the garage.
Thanks, Blanche. I owe you one.
What if I got gorgeous for nothing? What if Tony doesn't even notice me?
Well, that's his hard luck. Oh, all right. I forgive you, but forget the picnic. I'll get us that blanket.
He's a wonderful man.
Oh, I know. Oh, why can't I ever attract men like that?
You can, Dorothy.
And I'm still paying for an encyclopedia that my son used just once to look up sexual genitalia female.
Mrs. Beatty, it's not that. It's about your husband.
He dumped you.
We're all invited to a book signing party. Well, I can't believe she ever read a book, much less wrote one.
They're here. Oh, I just hope Magda is nothing like Stan.
Dorothy, what am I going to do about my sister coming? By the time she leaves Miami, she'll be more famous here than I am.
Honey, only if they
Said, but it's tight. Oh, forget it. I'm so proud of you, Dorothy. You're just doing beautifully. Nobody would dream you have a fear of flying, unless they happen to glance at the bruises on my forearm.
But nuclear bomb the day after. 8 years old, and this is the kind of thing that's on her mind.
That's unbelievable.
Well, she wasn't the only one. 3 other girls did pictures just like it. I don't understand it.
Oh, honey, it's not so uncommon. I mean, kids hear about nuclear war on TV. They read it in the papers. It's part of their lives. I mean, they can't help but...
No, I just have to work this out for myself.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision.
Good night, honey. A Yankee from New Jersey. You're a profile in courage, Blanche. It's a chocolate soft drink.
I never had one.
You know what? I bet if we had to, we could do a pretty good job of raising Emily.
Well, I don't know if we'd have the physical energy, but I'm sure it would be a lot easier for us after all we've been through.
What do we... This is the best champagne I've ever tasted.
It should be. It's $430 a bottle.
Rose, I can't afford that.
Well, you did say the best.
Rose, for heaven's sake, you should have told me what it was. I said the best. Nothing like that.
Hey, who says you're not a hero? Welcome home.
It is home, isn't it? Last night, I wasn't quite here yet. This morning was real. When I handed you that rose, I realized I was standing at a stranger's door. Because the truth is...
Sophia! Sophia! What's wrong? Nothing. You traveled 5,000 miles from Sicily for nothing? I know what it is. The Balducci Petrillo vendetta is still on. Dorothy, go out and buy a dozen mattresses, 30 pounds of pasta, and some aluminum foil for the windows. There is no vendetta. There's not even a Balducci...
Dorothy's
I know, but I never really meant it.
So, another tenants meeting I wasn't told about. What's the topic this time? How to lose the old lady?
No, Ma, we're past the old business. We're into new business.
Well, there were already 3 other people in town. But that's beside the point. One day, I got up the courage to go up to mean old Lady Hickenlooper and ask her why she always frowned. Well, she had been born with no smiling muscles. Blanche. Bye-bye. I hate lying. It goes against my nature. I guess that's because growing up in St. Olaf, one day every year they gather all the children who lied in the town square and the mayor would point at them.
Yourself. This is today's poll. Blanche, I never expected that they would figure out it was you in that picture. I felt terrible when they did.
Well, how do you think I feel? People think I slept with you.
Blanche, all my life...
Let's make a toast to friendship.
Oh, to friendship.
Case, I want you to know that despite everything, I have never, ever loved anyone as much as I loved you.
I know that, Stan.
Then you forgive me?
I forgive you.
That makes me feel so much better.
And that makes me feel so much better.
Why? Balance.
Rose, why don't they just carry 13 in each hand?
Excuse me, I have to make a phone call. Okay, Dorothy. If that's your real name. How is that coffee? Terrific. Actor.
It feels like, but I sure as hell remember what it looks like.
Grandma, listen.
You listen. How dare you come into our home and act like a common gigolo? You've embarrassed me, your mother, our friends. Not to mention that poor, stupid, flat-chested girl.
Well, don't look at me.
Rose, you made the reservation.
I know. I just don't want you looking at me.
Look, I'm terribly sorry about the mix-up, but this is not for us. We'd like to leave.
I'm afraid you're with us for the night, ladies. The bus doesn't leave down the mountain till tomorrow morning.
Ladies, may I show you to your room?
Can't believe one stupid mistake on my part could undo all of that.
Oh, believe it. It was one hell of a stupid mistake.
Well, was I the first guy to ever go through a midlife crisis and react that way?
Probably not. But you were the first one I was married to.
Dorothy, hear me out. I know what you're thinking.
Relationships, Dorothy. Human relationships. Remember when that guy asked you to sleep over his house?
Yes.
Well, if that had been a relationship, you would have been called a girlfriend instead of a dog sitter.
Ma,
I was about to share with you a significant memory from my youth. It was the evening my mother gave birth to Clayton. In the spirit of the happy occasion, Big Daddy and a few of his cronies tied one on and went carousing through the streets of Atlanta looking for some trouble. Just then, as luck would have it, who rounded the corner but... Dorothy, come here a minute. Listen, something very strange is going on here. Would you get up and go somewhere else, please? Excuse us, please. Sit down here. Go somewhere. I don't understand this, but these men are acting crazy.
You're telling me? I haven't been hit on like this since I stopped...
Yes, you twit. My husband, who abandoned me 9 years ago and shows up now just to tell me he couldn't stand being married to me.
Blanche. Excuse me. I've had some experience in marital discord myself.
That'd be enough.
Talk about you. We didn't have to go out on a date to do that.
You think I'm boring?
No, sweetheart. I think you're fantastic. With a guy like me, a little fantastic goes a long way. I mean, look what we got now. Every couple of weeks, you call me when one of your boyfriends don't show up. I tell you...
Do you see that I don't need anybody's help?
I went to Grader's with you.
Sure you did. I'll never forget it. I mean, you had your hair in braids, you wore a pink bathrobe.
Pink? With a little lace trim?
Yes.
And matching slippers?
Yes.
Ham! That wasn't me, that was my sister Virginia.
You can't... That was Virginia. How could I forget that?
Oh, but I don't know. It's so hard to trust him.
I know what it's like to trust somebody who's betrayed you. You're not going to believe this, but I have a St. Olaf story about this.
I believe you. I just hate you.
Well, Gunhild Bjorndunker, St. Olaf's tallest woman.
You never leave home without it.
Blanche, I'm not sure. Miles has never given me the slightest reason to distrust.
Blanche Devereaux's going on a diet.
Could you hold off until tomorrow? I got some Sara Lee stock I'd like to unload.
Wait, can I have those gummy bears?
They are good.
I got a job over at Captain Jack's Seafood Shanty.
Why?
I need money.
I give you money.
Big deal, you give me an allowance. Who do I look like, Dennis the Menace?
Look, Ma, you're 81. Now, working all day in a fast food place is too much for you. I absolutely forbid it.
Really, Warden? What are you gonna do, send me back to that crummy old folks home?
Miss Blanche? He said he had friends who would lean on us.
Well, I got friends too. One phone call to Palermo, and Johnny's lunch wagon will be wearing concrete tires.
Ma, come on. The only person you know in Palermo is Uncle Vito, and he's a harmless old man.
Harmless? Give him a piece of piano wire, make fun of his limp, and see what
Brings you guys to Miami. Wait a minute. I'll bet this has something to do with the St. Olaf Woman of the Year award.
Oh, no wonder she's a finalist.
Did I win?
Not yet. A lot will depend on verifying the facts in this here biography.
Oh, this is so exciting. Do you really think that's all it is?
Of course.
Well, maybe you're... Of course, nobody ever made fun of her for that. Anyway, when old Space Needle was in high school, she drank some cherry herring and made love in the backseat of a Fjord Fjerlane. Local car.
Business partners.
And dinner?
Absolutely not. Stanley, you claim that you have changed. Well, so have I. Stan, I have finally come to realize that no matter how hard you try, you cannot fix something that no longer works. I've learned to let go, Stanley.
He misunderstood the directions and put it on his linguini instead of in his ear.
I guess if you're an idiot with a hearing problem, you do things like that.
Professor Cooper.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, if I might have a minute of your time. Of course, if now's not convenient, I can...
No, please, sit. I'm all ears.
Don't sell yourself short.
Blanche, there are days when I can't remember who I am. But trust me, I remember every stunt you ever pulled. That's how I got half the gray hairs on this 85-year-old head.
Honey, you're 89.
It'll be nothing but heartaches. Those swabbies drift into port, park their ditties on your doorstep, show you some tricks they learned in the Orient, and then it's of ask me hearties, and they shove off with a serpent tattoo in your heart as souvenirs.
You've been reading Treasure Island again, right?
I know that.
Ladies, drinks? Champagne. The best you have.
Dorothy, that's so expensive.
Shut up, Rose.
This is my treat. It is a celebration. What are we celebrating?
My daughter found out.
I got it. We'll go and scalp them in front of the theater. Oh, come on, Rose. After what we went through to get them, the least we can do is break even. And believe me, whoever gets these tickets is going to be very grateful. Now, what do you say?
Oh, who cares what she has to say? I have been trying for 5 minutes to tell you about my meeting with Bean Tucker, and all you two can do is go...
Oh, by the way, I forgot. This came for you. A postcard from Bernice.
I don't want it.
Well, Sophia, I thought you missed her.
I do. But if I read that, I'll only miss her more.
Ma, I know you're lonely for Bernice, but it's been over a month now.
It's not just Bernice. The whole gang is gone. Gladys went to live with her daughter. Edie got married.
Aunt, I loathed Mama Devereaux, and the feeling was entirely mutual. Till the day George died, she always introduced me as his first wife. I just hope the old witch went slowly.
I sense the period of mourning is over.
So, what did you think of the apartment?
Too many old people. All those hearing aids interfere with the cable TV. Huh, you want to light?
I enjoyed. I patted a few bottoms. But that was it, Rose. No, Molly was my world. Then one day, a drunk in a Chevy took my world away. For a year, I was a zombie. I drank.
Anyway, you'll never guess what happened. I'm sitting in this bar in Nairobi when who do I see? My roommate from Harvard. He had decided to go someplace exotic where he didn't know a soul either.
Share their lives and live in harmony. Of course, they can't mate or the mice would explode. You want me to drive tonight, Dorothy?
Oh, Rose, listen. I'm not going to the meeting tonight.
Well, how come?
I'm not comfortable there. I'm not.
Hi, how was the audition?
Wonderful. I'm 99% sure I got the part.
Oh, Blanche, there were so many good people there.
Trust me, I got this part in the sack.
She means in the bag.
My name is Devereaux. Blanche Devereaux. Sophia, honey, you really ought to go out on the lanai. You're missing quite a shower.
I'm not missing anything. Where I'm from, the marriages are arranged.
Didn't know what to have for dinner. How about splitting a pepperoni pizza?
Sure, you buying?
Does a pepperoni swim upstream?
Did once. Let's go.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Sophia. They look up to you. They seek your advice. They
Thrusts my breasts forward.
Blanche, honey, you always did look pretty when you held your breath.
Jamie.
Well, darling, why do you look so stricken? It can't be.
The book
and study. Study.
No game Saturday, Billy. I'm sorry. Everybody, I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Rose. You just taught a bunch of 8-year-old boys that it's more important to win than to play by the rules.
Big deal.
The work that you're doing for you?
I know I'm not always the first one to volunteer, but I happen to have an affection for bayous. Matter of fact, I became a woman in one.
I thought you lost it in a hot air balloon. Hey, I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about the children.
Are you all right?
I am now.
I can't believe this is the shuttle to St. Olaf.